Hi Drew, I'm just looking at your file here. So we got, everything looks pretty good. You have your root folder. I wanted you to name this root folder, but it's not a huge deal. And then you got your index and your contact page. I'm not sure what this is. This is a text edit page. Probably just delete that. So we can maybe just delete that. I don't think it needs to be in there. But so let's take a look at the index.html in the browser. It's looking pretty good. I think the styling on your and yeah, I think the styling on this is not quite right because it doesn't span the expanse. And this is broken, this link for the cat. So let's look at the folder structure again. The cat JPEG is out here and it needs to be in the images folder for it to work. So that's probably why that's not showing up right. So if we refresh, yeah, your kitty shows up over here. So that's why that wasn't working. And then let's open this index. Atom open. This link should probably be maybe tabbed in. These two, those are the Google fonts that you put in there, but just make sure that they're nested within that head section because we want it to look nice and neat. You have all of your sections correct. Wait a second. Okay, and then another thing, looks like you have your IDs on there, right? So this is standing out to me. It's in red, and I can see on your homepage, maybe you're just experimenting, but if we want to take these characters out, we can, and save that. That will look a little different in the browser once we take those out. And then we can continue looking at your code. Everything else, I think, in your HTML looks okay. Except for this is kind of floating on its own. Let's do Command X to take that and put it in the section above. Because it was in between the sections. And we want it inside of a section, not just floating around on its own. And we'll nest that in here maybe, or actually like right there probably, I think is where we had it. I'm not sure, but it wasn't floating around on its own. And then, but yeah, this looks, all of your HTML looks pretty good. I don't see anything wrong with it. I noticed your link for your contact page is, it has this pound sign. We need to probably get rid of that because that's going to goof it up. And then you don't have .html on the end of that. And so with that, that'll probably fix your navigation to make it work. And then we need to see if that's the same on the contact page, which it is. And then we can take out these extra characters here. And so if we save those two things, that should fix the nav not working. Where's that at? So now we can go back in between each of the pages on your site. And then let's go back into the CSS file. So we'll just do a control click, open with Atom. Yep, there's your Google fonts. We might need to put a space there. I don't know if it really matters. I'm not sure if that was working or not. We might need to put a space here too. And you need, well, you might need, I'm not sure if you need a little thing on the end there or not. Seems like you probably do. I'll look at mine and make sure. Well, this is somebody else's, but let's take a look and see what they did here. If it needs that on there. Yeah, you probably need a thing there on the end of yours, like this little semicolon thing, for that to work. And they did a font family. I don't know if yours is different, but I don't know if Anyway, when you do your when you copy the code from Google Fonts, if you want to change your fonts with Google Fonts, just make sure you're copying it correctly. Maybe that's what they gave you, but it should have had a closing tag at least, kind of like this. And typically, font family might be it, but you know, we'll see. And then all of this looks pretty good. So width 100%, position fixed, text align center. I think you might have your styling. Oh, I shouldn't have closed that other style sheet because I think there's some issues here with your nav styling. Your dog is 50%, cat's 50%. These all look good. Footer, text align center. So yeah, some of your navigation styling doesn't look quite right. And you're, I don't know if this is, yeah, you're not, I cannot get that right for some reason. Some of these don't have spaces, so we want to make sure that we have spaces and that we're putting those semicolons on the end, making sure we're getting those in there. Let's see. This, yeah, like that doesn't look quite right, but let's see if the navigation is styled correctly. We'll just open up this one here. Open with Atom. The nav, background color, text align, width, and position fixed. With 100% position fixed. Okay. Nav LIA, color, text decoration none. Nav LI, padding bottom 15 pixels. Nav UL, the style none. Padding left 5 pixels. Okay. Well, maybe you didn't. Maybe it is okay then. Okay, so if we save this and then let's look. I'm not quite sure why your navigation is not working though, because it should go across the whole thing. So if I control click on this and inspect it, let's open up the header. With 100%, why is that not working? Oh, maybe we're missing. We're missing a. That's what we're missing. One of those thingies. Command S that. And there, fixed. So it was just a simple thing going on with your nav. But it's fixed now. And everything's looking pretty good. This isn't centered for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. Let's look at the code again on the cat image. We forgot another one. So let's take a look and see. That still isn't centered though. Oh, you have 2 margin lefts in here. So you gotta do margin right. And then Command S. It's kind of funny because you got that on this one too. So probably because you copy pasted, but and then we'll do that, and then now they're centered in the browser window. So that's how you center things. Yeah, so that's fixed. I fixed it for you. I can re-upload it as a zip file if you want to take a look at this, or actually maybe if you want to fix your file, I'll let you go in and make the changes to your document, and that'll kind of help you remember some of the mistakes that you made so that you don't make them again. And yeah, that's basically how you would fix your code to make it more similar to what we did in class. But I mean, you were really close. I'm not going to count off for anything. I just wanted to make sure that you guys were following along, and I did take a grade for that. So anyway, we'll talk to you later. We'll see you today in class.